sound? How does it sound? Did it sound better? Did it sound better? Oh, wait, I could bring it right here. Did it sound better, y'all? I think this is better. That's way better. That's way better. Let me post it real quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold your horses. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna have my hold on, y'all. I ain't went live in a minute. Like, I'm gonna have my chat on my phone right here. I'm gonna have my chat on my phone right here. What's good, y'all? I don't know if anybody gonna join, but I just want to talk to y'all about something. Anyways, I'm gonna try and do this every night or every other night, but um, I did want to come talk to y'all about what it means to be successful and like a lot of issues with today's day and age and people trying to chase their dreams and whatnot, and like even me, bro. Like that's why I hop back on the stream today because like I used to feel it conflicted a lot, especially with some stuff I was going through about getting back on camera because I don't know. I don't know. Um, I just the same passion I had for it back then I don't have now, or I didn't have now, and it's still not the same at the same level it was. But like I was watching a TikTok earlier, and we gonna get to that too. But I was watching a TikTok earlier, and this dude was talking about like how there's people out there that work 5 days a week, only get 2 off days, only get to rest one off day, and the other off day they got to do all the stuff they need to do, and they got to get back to work and all this stuff, and was like, freedom don't really lie within your destination and lie within your purpose, because if you fulfill your purpose, you are essentially living, you're not surviving. And so, with that being said, I was like, damn, bro. Like a big part of my purpose is like helping people, speaking people, not really care about what people think about me, just speaking my opinion, and hopefully my opinion can either, you know, open other people's perspective or maybe it don't. I don't know. But the fact that it's careless in terms of I don't care what people think about what I say, is a powerful part of it because there's people out there that they may be thinking about something I'm saying, they don't know how to articulate it into words, or they don't have the balls themselves to speak on it. I don't say speak up about it because I'm not here to debate. Or not debate. I'm not here to discuss like dramatic issues. That makes sense. But a lot of y'all, bro, like y'all gotta stop like comparing yourselves and like not being y'all. Like that shit is not. It's not gonna get you anywhere, bro. I'm 19, or I'm not. I'm 18 years old. I have went through a lot. I've traveled a lot. I've talked to a lot of different people. I've worked a lot of jobs for my age. And I would tell you right now, trying to be somebody you're not, and not, having your own moral code is not going to get you anywhere, bro. I promise you it's not. And that doesn't include code switching and being who you're supposed to be in the right environment. But like, it's corny, bro. Really think about this for a second. I want y'all to really, really immerse yourselves into what I'm saying right now. It's I don't know the chances, but it is extremely rare for you to be born and your biological makeup, your DNA, is one of one. It will never ever be replicated again, ever in history. But yet, y'all go on social media and y'all try and be somebody that y'all are not. Y'all try and be somebody else. Why? Why do y'all do that? I don't understand. Like, bro, I don't understand why y'all do that. I want y'all to think about this. If every tree and plant outside and insect, everything about nature was the exact same, you tell me, would that be pretty or not? Would you be fascinated by it? What beauty lies in that? Please explain that to me. Even the same green trees, even the same, red oak trees or whatever, they all look a little different. They all die at a different age. I just don't understand why y'all try and be like somebody else. And then you gotta think too, the somebody else you're trying to be is also trying to be somebody else. So y'all all are robbing the uniqueness of everybody else. And while doing that, you robbing your own uniqueness because you sacrificing the unique personality of yourself to try and steal somebody else's unique personality, which then robs them of their uniqueness. And then that effect keep going. And cause a nigga call you weird, you don't want to be yourself no more? Why? Bro, it don't matter what nobody say, bro. It's one quote I love to repeat, bro. A millionaire is never gonna laugh at you for trying to be a millionaire. A bodybuilder is never gonna laugh at you for going to the gym. A chef is never gonna laugh at you for trying to cook. So why do y'all give a fuck about what anybody else think? Why do y'all care about the nigga who has never done what you have did in your life, saying something about you, and then you change yourself to satiate they, I don't know, opinion, bro? I don't understand that. Uniqueness is what gets you places, bro. I swear on everything I love. This is not for show nothing. There has been plenty of times where I have gotten such a blessed opportunity from just being me, talking how I talk, finding my own sense of humor, shooting that shot. We gonna get to that in a minute, but being me without caring of the outcome has given me things that I am so beyond grateful for, bro. And to give y'all an example of one of those things, just to not seem like I'm BSing, like, I used to live in Vegas, a few months ago. Wasn't the best time of my life, but it wasn't bad. It was an experience. And I needed a job real bad, and so I wanted to work at the Cheesecake Factory. Went in, was myself. It's a very professional environment, but I wasn't acting too professional. I wasn't acting like a robot. I just went in, was myself. Laughed at things I found funny. Like, that's one thing about interviews, bro. Never be too robotic. I remember I was getting interviewed. She asked me a question that really stuck me. I was like, dang, I gotta think on this for a second. I started laughing, and I got the job. And it was probably my favorite job I've ever had. I've had it over at least 10. And it ranges from the fast food industry to corporate industries to blue collar work, all that. Anyways, that's besides the point. Had I not been myself and I tried to act like, you gotta think, bro, they get hundreds of candidates maybe a day. If they all come in there acting the same, how are you? Who gonna stand out? How do they know who to choose? It's a movie, my favorite movie of all time, The Pursuit of Happiness. And I'm gonna spoil this for y'all, so if you don't want to spoil, skip this or click off or whatever. But in the movie, Will Smith is the main character. It's based on a true story, by the way. That's why I like it. And he sells these bone density scanners, like, for his business. Like, he put all his life savings into a business, and he started making these bone density scanners to sell at hotels, and just basically give you a clear image of your bones. So it's kind of like a luxury. And at first they was selling, but then they wasn't selling. So then they went broke. His wife had to work like mad overtime. They couldn't really afford to send their kid to daycare, whatever. So then the wife get unhappy. She leave him, and he is now stuck with his son. They get evicted from the house, and he's basically squatting after that. You know, he living in motels, he living in train station bathrooms with his son, homeless shelters, all type of stuff. So then one day, he walked by this guy, and the guy was smiling, and he had a red Beamer, like a red nice car, and he was like, "What do you do? And how do you do it?" And he said, "I'm a stockbroker." And he was like, "What do you got to be to do that?" He was like, "You got to know how to talk to people and be good with numbers." And so then, boom, he applied for the internship and is non-paid, but he applied for the internship and he kept hounding. He kept hounding these dudes over and over and over again. And he faked it till he made it. And when I say stop trying to be like other people, that don't mean not to code switch. He had to act like he was already up there with them. He couldn't let them know that he lived in a homeless shelter with his son. He couldn't let them know that he didn't have nothing going for himself. That last night he slept in the train station. But guess what though? All of that didn't even matter. Because the big shot came when he had to be interviewed by the whole corporation. It was like 7 niggas in a room. And the night before, he had got arrested for failure to pay parking tickets. So he got arrested. His son went with their mom, and he had to run from the police station with paint and stuff all over his body because he was paying his apartment to stay there still. He had to run to the spot and get interviewed by all these people. And this is the kicker right here. Instead of going in there and immediately finding an excuse, immediately trying to, force a lie or anything like that, they asked him why he looked like that. And he said he was painting because he failed to pay parking tickets. And they started laughing. And the one guy, the owner, was like, if a guy was to come here with no shirt on and I was to hire him, how would you feel? And Will Smith said he must have had on some really nice pants. And they found that funny. And they started laughing. And then he said, no, unprovoked. Nobody provoked him to say this. He said, unprovoked. He said, I'm the type of person where if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And, what did he say? I think that's really what he said. He just said, I'm the type of person that if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And, yada, 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 whatever. And, boom, got out. Fast forward, it's a non-paid internship. 100 people in the program, only one comes out. He gets the job. Now, in real life, he's like a multi-millionaire. And it comes to certain situations, bro, where you really look at yourself and you really think, not only do being like other people ruin your own uniqueness, but when you get to a point where you can't be like nobody else, when you get to a point that shit is a privilege for real, bro. And it's a bad one. It's a privilege, but it's a bad one. Because when you get to a point, bro, where none of that shit matter. The cars, the clothes, the money, the food, the accessories, the personality, when none of that, the hair, whatever, when none of that stuff matter and you're dead broke or you're at rock bottom, you can't look in the mirror and be like, I got this, bro. You can't look in the mirror at yourself and be like, I'm going to get through this, because you don't even know what you're looking at. You're looking at 5 different personalities across the board that you don't even resonate with. So now you spiritually imbalanced, you emotionally imbalanced, and you looking at a character right here, and you don't know what to feel. And then you just start projecting and blaming everything else instead of yourself. I've been in situations where none of that shit did matter at that time. It was not a priority. But I was able to talk to myself and look at myself in the mirror and know that I would get out of it. Because I have that relationship with myself. And that's where y'all fail, bro. Y'all think it's about getting rich quick. It's about the numbers, getting money, bro. It's not. That's a part of being free, but that's not what all this stuff mean, bro. You have to develop things inside of you that will never change. Because it's a lot of millionaires out there. A lot of people y'all aspire to be. A lot of lame niggas, bro. If they lost their money and all that stuff y'all glorify them for, they would be nothing. And I'm not saying they would be nothing in the public eye. They would be nothing to themselves. They would be nothing. They'll feel like nothing. You can't feel like that. You have to know that if I lost this shit tomorrow, my value is still the same. If I lost my house, I lost everything I have to my name, my clothes, bro, that none of this would matter. That none of it would matter, bro. At all. You can't hold yourself to what you have, bro. All of it is man-made. All of it is man-made. Everything here is man-made but your spirit, bro. But you. You're not bound to nothing. Your soul is not even bound to your own body, bro. Your soul is not bound. You're not bound to anything. Once you die, this flesh is gonna rot in a grave, and your body and your soul is going to detach from it. So if you're not even bound to your own flesh, why are you binding yourself to none of this shit that actually matter? And then you wake up wondering why you unhappy and why you not moving towards your goals, bro. For example, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I'm learning how to trade. I just got a funded account, and the other day I was up a few $100s, and then today I lost over a band. And I was upset in the moment because I hit my daily loss limit. That kind of frustrated me because I made a good trade, but it didn't. I got kicked out before it hit because I hit my daily loss limit. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I lost. I'm gonna learn. It don't matter. I can't. It's not real. It's man made. Wasn't supposed to live this way in the first place. And I got other things about me that I can go and work on. Y'all be too complacent and y'all be wanting everything that everybody else have. My nigga, what do you want for you, bro? What do you want for you? Why do it don't really matter what somebody else want or what somebody else got? Where is your purpose at? I want to get rich, bro. I don't even like saying that. I want to make a lot of money and build foundational wealth so I can learn multiple different languages, so I can learn how to fight multiple different styles, so I can travel the world and meet a bunch of different people, so that when I encounter people that have questions, I can answer them with detail. So when I have kids, I can raise them. If I'm like everybody else, what value do I really hold if I'm not me? Whether you believe in God or not, too, bro. How do y'all expect to get in relationships with your one or your whatever, yo the right one when you're not even the right one. You're not even who you are. You a custer. You a fake. I just don't understand, like, bruh. I don't understand why being unique is so like frowned upon, bro. Like, be you, bro. It really don't matter. And when you have them things about yourself that you hold high that you don't care, bro, life is way better. I do things that would get judged. I paint my nails, bro. They're not painted right now, but I've painted them black, blue and pink, beige. I've done that multiple times, bro. And niggas be like, oh, this nigga gay. This nigga, bro, I don't care what you say, my nigga. It don't matter what nobody else say. I'm not gay. I don't really care. And I don't have a problem. I'm not against nobody that is that. Like, bro, it don't matter, bro. Be you. That's one of the number one reasons why y'all not succeeding, bro. And it was something else I wanted to talk about too. Um, Let me see. I don't even got nobody in here. That low key, it's low key tough. That is low key tough. It's hot, bro. I'm hot. I am hot. I'm sweating under this cap. Um, what else did I want to talk about, bro? Let me go to my TikTok. I talk a lot about this stuff on TikTok. Let me see. All right, this one thing I want to talk about. So I posted TikTok. It's not up anymore because I took it down. But I said, life don't end when you die. Life ends when you choose to stop living, and that's true. Man, look, bro. And this might sound arrogant, ignorant, and it kind of is, but at the same time, it's necessary. My nigga, you are a bitch. And when I say that, bro, stop being scared. Think about what would happen if you let all the what ifs, but this, but that, and it's like, bro, let all that go for a second. Do whatever you want, regardless. Whether you don't have enough money, you don't have enough assets, you feel like whatever, just do it, bro. Because when you start surviving, when you start settling, you're not even living no more. You living a life you didn't want to live. So are you not living then? You surviving. You're dying. One of those two. Because every day we get closer to dying. Right? And so if you don't like your current living situation, do something to change it. And if that something to change it is drastic, so be it then. Because the one thing that is guaranteed when you do that is change. You know, it's guaranteed if you don't do that, it's not change. Nothing changes if nothing changes, bro. You can think about it all day. You can want to do it all day. Whatever, bro. But nothing changes if nothing changes, my nigga. So, and a little change ain't gonna do nothing. A change in routine, a change in this, getting up at 5 a.m., my nigga, that's not going to drastically change your life circumstances. If you still clocking at that 9 to 5 you don't want to be working at, it's not going to change your life circumstances, bro. Quitting that 9 to 5 or changing it is what's going to change your life circumstances. That's what's going to really bring you that drastic change you're looking for. Death is certain. So none of us stop living when we die. Because we all die. It would be unfair to say that we stopped living. That would be putting the blame on us. We all die. But you stop living when you choose to stop living. When you choose to start surviving, you choose to start settling, bro. That's when you stop living. Because I know a few times in my life, bro, where I already felt dead. And I wanted to just end it, bro. And it be like that. It be like that. But, nigga, you can't choose. You can't do that, bro. You can't move like that. What else I'll say? This is another good one that I was talking about. When you win, you can't view the win you had or the success you had as an experience that was supposed to happen, right? Because y'all be like, oh, it was God's plan, thank God, or it was meant for me. But then when a nigga lose, it wasn't supposed to happen, and you upset. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, bro. Nothing you ever do, you will not lose in. Simple. You will not lose in. You will lose in everything you do. And for those of y'all that compare yourself to other people, even if there's something you've done that you've won at multiple times, guess what? There's somebody else that's won better. Since you want to compare yourself to other people, they're doing better than you, so you're still losing because you're losing the marathon. So you're always losing, bruh. Always losing. But you have to view that law. You have to view the losing part just and respect it just as much as you the win. You have to see that as it was supposed to happen just as much as you see the win that was supposed to happen. And that's why a lot of y'all be effed up in the head, bro, because y'all look at stuff that happens to you and you play the victim. Obviously you a victim of it, but me, bro, it's been some shit that's happened to me. Of course I'm a victim to it, but at the same time, victimization and when it comes to things like that can be a mindset. I'm not gonna say it always is, but it can be. Because if it's a situation you can look at and learn from, you're not a victim of it no more. You're just a student, bro. Simple. It could hurt, but bro, a lot of things hurt, bro. A lot of things hurt. Some things hurt that you can't learn from. So if something you can learn from, that's what you gotta do. You gotta look at it like that because it was an experience that was supposed to happen just like your wins were, bro. It's a balance. You can't. If you was always winning, you wouldn't know what a loss is. If you were always losing, winning, none of they need each other to exist. So you have to be able to lose to understand what winning feel like. You have to be able to win to understand what losing feel like. If you don't think they both supposed to happen, you need to rewire your brain, bro, because they both supposed to happen is just as important as each other. Because without each other, they couldn't exist. What's something else I was talking about? This is a good one. This is really what I was just saying to y'all, but I love the way I put this in the words, bro. Let me read it. Before I forget it. So you argue for the subjectivity of your own opinion, but then you allow the opinions of others to affect you like it's an objective truth. So what I mean by that is you view your opinion as actual opinion, and you have the respect for it that maybe somebody disagree with it. But then when somebody else's opinion come in the room, instead of looking at their opinion like it's also subjective, you view it as an objective truth and allow yourself to be changed. Why do y'all do that? If what you say is not an objective truth because it's just an opinion, why is somebody else's opinion an objective truth? Why is that, bro? It's not. You need to view that opinion, and if you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. Simple, bro. If it's an opinion about you and you don't agree with it, then that's that. Because it's not a truth. It's not hardcore evidence. It's an opinion somebody have about you, and they don't know you. Nobody know you like you know you, bro. So it don't even matter. What else I got to say? It ain't really nobody in here, unfortunately. So I'm probably not gonna keep this up too much longer, just cause like, one, I'm not getting no questions. I didn't get any questions. I didn't get any questions or topics on my Instagram. Like I said, that passion I once had for this is not as much as it once was. So I can't just think of things to talk about. Um. So with that being said, I'm probably finna just wrap this up. It was fun coming back though. I'm definitely gonna like clip this and post it and stuff like that. Hopefully get more people on the stream. But yeah, bro, just stop caring about what other people think, my nigga. You get one life, you have one biological makeup that's one of one. Nobody will ever, no, everybody you gonna be forgotten one day, nigga. Just live, bro. Just live. We all gonna die one day. That's the one certain thing. So, nigga, you at that job or you doing something you don't want to do, bro? Fuck it, go, bro. We weren't supposed to live like this anyway. So just go, just bounce, do what you want to do. Take that risk, my nigga. Do it. You'll come back. The one thing that's guaranteed is you'll come back with an experience you never had before, and you'll come back smarter than you did before. That's all you need to know to be able to be like, boom, I'm gonna go do it. So go do it, my nigga. Go do it. I love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all later.